Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Neuro and Goomba on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Neuro, representing Exile 5. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Goomba, representing End Phase. I like that name, Goomba. It's fun. It's the Mario Goomba. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And the first time I saw Goomba was back in, I want to say, 1988 or so, 89 maybe. My friend had a Nintendo. We didn't have one because my parents did not believe in video games. And Mario was super great. I could never actually get past the 1-3 stage, I think. I was really bad because the only time I ever played a Super Mario was over at my friend's house, and he lived kind of far away, so that wasn't very often. Alright, so enough about me. Let's get on into this match. Looks like a hatch first play here by Neuro. That is pretty darn standard no matter what Railgun would have you believe. If you haven't seen the best of 5 between Railgun and crud, what was that name? This was just a couple of days ago now. Railgun and Insane. I'll put a link to it in the top right here. You can check it out. It was a best of 5. I cast the whole darn thing and put it in one video for you. I could have broke it up into 5 different casts and nobody would have known the difference, but because I love you, I put it into one big old one so you could sit back and relax and just watch an hour plus of StarCraft 2 without having to do anything. That is pretty awesome. Alright, so looks like a Reaper Expand. It is Reaper Expand from Goomba. Here's the Expand portion of the Reaper Expand. Usually we'll see the SCV get some minerals here, so at least they're not just sitting here doing nothing waiting for that 400 number, but that's okay. Goomba chose not to do that at all. Overlord scouting looking fairly nice. Going to see that Reaper pop out. Overlord doing a great job. It's a 2-player map. It looks like a 4-player, but you cannot spawn up here or up here. So the only thing you can do is spawn in these bottom 2 right corners. It makes it easy to scout for both players. So Overlord says that is probably not a Marine and does manage to see it. Yeah, that's within the vision before it pops. So Reaper comes out here, and what is the response from Neuro? Going to be 4 Zerglings? Going to be possibly speed? No, going Roach Warren. Going Roach Warren before speed. Interesting play here. So going to defend with Queens, going to defend with Slowlings, going to wait for Roaches to finally shoo this Reaper away, because assuming Goomba is any good at all, these Slowlings and Queens should not be able to kill it. It can pop out, it can pop in a little bit too quickly here. KD8 charge, boom, knocking a couple of those back, does do 10 points of damage. Free drone kill, save it. Oh, does manage to save it. How about you guys? You're going to get saved, actually fighting for their own lives. And no, does get a single Ling kill there. And KD8 charge, knocking everybody back once again, staying off the creep very intelligently now. Is Goomba, but that Queen shows up, and that's enough to force the Reaper away temporarily. One more shot and it's dead. No, maybe 2. Maybe 2, but either way, it got out of there before things got out of control. Factory about to finish. That is a reactor. Pop it onto that barracks. The factory likely will be used for Hellions. Oh, no, just right into Starport. So, yes, actually it's going to be a flying tank is going to be my guess here. Based on the quick Starport, based on that tech lab on the factory, means you can make tanks with it now. And the quick Starport says that's how you make medevacs. Is this Reaper still alive? What is he doing? Oh, he's dead now. He dead now. Did he get any worker kills? No. He got a Ling kill, and then the Reaper died, so that's what that tells us. Alright, so I mean, he was brave. He was strong. Ah, I didn't name him. Dang it. Alright, next cast. Next cast, I will name him one of the names you suggested in a previous comment section of a video that I did. Alrighty then, what's that going to be? Tank, immediately, and medevac. Come on, man, medevac. Alright, so tank evac shenanigans on the way for Goomba. Creep spread looking good. That is pretty darn useful. What you really need is a bunch of Queens. Roach is not good in this situation because they take extra damage from the tank. Ling's not that great either because they take a lot of damage from the tank as well. What you really need is something with which to kill the medevac. But the Roach is right up here, going to walk past this bunker. You know what? You come meet us out on open ground and we'll see how this works. The tank's already out though. Boom! Doing 50 damage per shot. Yeah, versus armor. That's going to take those Roaches down very quickly. They're trying to find somewhere where they can hide without getting shot at, but nope. These Marines are desperately trying to burn this thing down. It's really focusing on the refinery for some reason, and it ends up dead there too. So Roach push, not super effective. Resources lost 460 to 250 in favor of the Terran player. So good defense. He luckily did have that tank ready to go. If the tank had been over here, that might have been a different story. So the timing did not work out super well for Neuro, but whatevs. Here comes the flying tank harass. There's a Spire on the way. It just takes forever to get here. So he just needs to be able to deal with this tank harass right in his main mineral line here with, I mean, some Roaches and some other stuff. I mean, again, the Queen needs to focus down the medevac because as soon as the medevac is dead, the tank is dead too. That's something you have to remember when you're in this situation, Zerg players, and Goomba as well needs to remember to not lose that medevac. Once again, do not bother trying to hit the tank with your queens. The queens need to devote themselves entirely to killing this female pilot with the little thing of hair falling down over her eyes. Oh, she winked at us. Oh, she's like, "You talking about my hair? Here's a wink." So cute. Tank just flying around, finding places to get kills. They do one-shot Lings, unless the Lings have +1 carapace, which they don't. Spire about to finish. It looks like Neuro should have enough for maybe 3, maybe 4 mutas when all is said and done, getting metabolic boost and pneumatized carapace for overlord speed. That's interesting. Queens, stabbity stab, can they get it? And they get it! And look at that, tank dies. I'm telling you, medevac dies, tank dies instantly. Alright, so not a bad hold there. Workers killed 3. Neuro did get a couple worker kills over there with his Roach Harass earlier. Resources lost fairly even, about 690 to 720. So nothing to write home about there. But third base should be on the way for Neuro pretty darn quickly. He's going for quick evolution chambers instead, though. And his mutas are heading out. So here comes another medevac. And does it get spotted? It gets spotted. Are those ghosts? What the what? Goomba rushed for ghosts. I did not see that coming at all. Alright, so attempted a ghost drop. Does he have nukes? Where are you? Thing? No. No, doesn't have any nukes. What? Why? I've never seen that before. I don't know why Goomba would rush for nukes. Steady targeting good, right? Bam! Taking those mutas down. They are fantastic that way, especially with Liberators. So I don't know if the muta is going to be that effective throughout the rest of this game. Neuro's kind of starting this game out on the wrong foot with the bad timing on the Roach attack and going for muta when there are Liberators and Ghosts out on the field with his steady targeting ability. They do 170 damage, ignoring armor. So, yeah, that's enough to one-shot a muta. That's enough to one-shot a Mutalisk. So third base on the way for Neuro. I guess at this point you just go Roach Ravager, because honestly, yes, steady targeting is good against these, but they can't use it quickly enough to really get rid of a giant Roach Ravager ball. So that's what I would recommend Neuro does. He is making 9 Roaches right now. I think he has pretty darn similar thoughts. At this point, Overlord trying to deny the third base does so for about 20-25 seconds. Missile turret on the way, does not want to deal with those mutas. Yeah, he can deal with it in a straight-up fight, but mutas that try to sneak around and kill his stuff, he wants to be able to deal with it with static defense. Lings running to the north, going to finish off these rocks that their earlier brethren were not able to take down. Moment of silence for those early Lings that got tank splashed to the Zerg afterlife. Is there a Zerg afterlife? Like, where does Zerg go when they die? I don't know. Maybe that great hive in the sky. A couple transferring SCVs do get taken out by these mutas, but there's a Thor here too. What is happening? Goomba, are you going mech ghost composition? This is new stuff. This is new. I'm kind of interested in seeing how this is going to work out. Some creep tumors are here, ready to push on up to the fourth base. Neuro's always pretty darn good with his creep spread. APM, about 250 for each of these players on average. Kind of spiking and then falling back down from time to time. These rocks are knocked down. These ones are still very present. And a Nidus Worm on the way. Woohoo! I love Nidus so much. All right, so Neuro's going for a Nidus Worm. Going to try to drop it in the main, I guess, try to abuse the immobility of this Thor. The Thor is slow, but they're knocking down the rocks so that any Roach attack cannot really get through, especially if tanks are set up back here. It is so hard to break that down just with a purely ground army. But over here instead, this is where the army is. Goomba, do you know what is happening here? I don't think he can see that, unfortunately for him. Oh, he can now. He can now. He accidentally can see it. There were a couple Hellbats in that medevac, but instead they noticed the rocks were getting knocked down. Let's zoom back out there again. And here come a lot of Roaches, Ravagers, and Lings. Exactly. Exactly what I was saying. A lot of Defender mode circles, a lot of Ghosts. That is amazing. Just go for Ghosts early, right? Your opponent's probably going to go for Ultras anyway. Get the Ghosts. Don't try to cut it too closely. Just make it happen. Get personal cloaking for the Ghosts so that they can be fairly invisible. +2/+2 on the way for Neuro. Income tab is 70 to 63. Goomba has that lead and just sitting on 3 base very comfortably, taking a 4th here while building a 4th command center. I assume he's going to try to land it down here. Ghosts knocking down rocks. 10 damage per shot. Gets there eventually. Their fire rate's actually pretty quick. 1.07. Overseer scouts right on in. Throws down Contaminate on an armory to stop the upgrade for a vehicle weapons level 1. Creep spread right here. And yeah, it's on cooldown, man. Neuro really good with his creep spread. These guys just now finishing. They should be able to connect up to that 4th base anytime now. So Lings, Overseers, Roaches, Ravagers, +2/+2, about 60% complete. I'm not sure if Neuro can afford to wait for that. There's the Nidus. Nidus popping right on in. A lot of Roaches getting right into that mineral line. There's a tank here to defend. The Hellbats burning down that Nidus and then pushing in at the front. There are tanks here as well, though. Tanks and a Thor dropping Hellbats on top of the Roaches. A little more effective than you would think. They're all gone, but they took some damage with them. Nice Corrosive Bile. Getting rid of the tanks. Tank fire directly taking shots there as well. Steady targeting, just one-shotting Roaches everywhere, though. And forcing Neuro back. Does that Thor have kills? That Thor has 4 kills, ladies and gents. These Roaches are still alive. Mind you, they want to kill the Ghost Academy, but nope. The Liberators say, no, we are not interested in allowing that to happen. Thank you very much. Army Supply, 89 to 84. Worker, 67 to 63. Neuro has the lead in both of those categories. Resources lost tab, 6,000 lost by Neuro, only 3 by Goomba. So yeah, I would say so far the strategy is working fairly well for our blue Terran player. 4th base, like I said, being taken there. Is that a 5th? And now making a 5th command center. Just macroing his heart out right now as Goomba. So impressive to see. Changeling tries to come in. Ghost blast it, and it waves its gross hands all over the place before dying here. I think another expansion might be necessary for Neuro just to keep up here. Roach Ravager, again, I think what he wants. Infestation Pit coming up. Some Infestors would actually be a fantastic choice. Fungal Growth with the Bile. The Fungal Bile combination is a little bit underused in ZVT, in my personal estimation. Is this an attempted sneaky drop? Attempted sneaky drop with Hellbats, but the Overlord kind of sees what's happening here, so they stop. Maybe if we don't move, it can't see us. Maybe Overlords are like Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Pathogen Glands on the way. As per usual, start this upgrade before you start making your first Infestors, and the first ones that pop out will come with the additional 25 energy by the time they're ready to go. Another Nidus popping out up here. That mini-map telling us where it is. And yeah, dropping Hellbats right there. Can't be canceled. I mean, once you've started it, you can't cancel it. And has anything even come out? Nope. Neuro doesn't bother. Just threw that money down the toilet. Let's see how much that is again. 100, 100. 100 gas is nothing to sneeze at. Now throwing a Nidus Worm up here. All right, so maybe Nidus there, sneak down here, but there is a sensor tower, as you can see. Such a big radius. Anything that comes down from this area will be spotted. Attempted drop, once again, Overlord placement by Neuro is absolutely brilliant, and they decide to head on back home because the army is ready and waiting. Can't decide what to do, Goomba. He's going to try to get this base, but surprise, you were scouted about 8 times before you showed up. Roaches and Ravagers can't really do much about this. They're going to try to Corrosive Bile you, but so easy to dodge. Almost hit his own Overlord there just a little bit. Another attempted Nidus there. This one did finish, just putting some Fear of God into the Terran player. And is this one going to hatch unnoticed? No. Nope. Transforming into Hellbats. The Hellions show up. Liberators show up. Another dead 100 minerals for Neuro. Goomba's been on top of this, man. He has been on top of these Nidus Worms like you would not believe. Still finding a place to drop as Goomba, but not really working. Possibly dropping here would be nice. There's your Hive. Hive timing, Cloaking Field on the way for Banshees. This is very mech-centric right now for Goomba. I'm actually fairly impressed. Alright, so pushing on out, we have Hellbats, we have Hellions, we have Tanks, we have Ghosts, just all the fun stuff that you don't really expect to see this combination from the Terran player. So finally, these guys dropping in the main. No, not dropping in the main at all, just actually getting cold feet and backing out. Banshees here trying to get some shots off. They should do fairly well in this situation, as Corrosive Bile is the only thing they can really shoot up from that army, and it's easy to dodge with Banshees because they're fast. Another Nidus attempt inside this wall. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, try again. That is Neuro's motto. Scan, seeing, all right, there's an army here too. I don't know why you're scared of this army if you're Banshees. Here's the Hellbat drop, and here's the Nidus. Everybody coming right on out, getting rid of these additional starports, attempting to go Sky Terran, not going to work. Especially if you lose all of these starports. Gonna cancel it? No, chases it away with Liberators. Meanwhile, these Hellbats are just roasting Queens, getting rid of drones here too. Trying to take down the Hive. That would be a massive play, but no. Too many Roaches, too many Ravagers to pick up and the boost on out. These Roaches still alive. Banshees crushing them from the skies, doing 12 damage times 2, 24 damage per volley. Oh, and there's the Burrow. Whoops, but in range of a missile turret, one of those guys. So he gets his face smashed in. Another base here for Neuro, just expanding so hard. But look who's taking the gold base. Is a Goomba. Income tab 59 to 67. APM around 250. Still 260, 240 in favor of a Neuro. Roaches popping up, getting rid of a refinery. Especially against a meching Terran. Killing gas income is pretty darn important. Another attempted Nidus. Neuro is the Nidus king, man. This is the most Nidus attempts I have ever seen. Well, no, there was that one crazy game. Oh, is that a mid-rank madness, or it was something weird? where the player just went straight Roach Nidus. Just went Nidus, 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 Nidus. It didn't work out in the end. I'm pretty sure the Terran player ended up winning, but it was crazy to try and follow here. Thor getting some shots off with that +1 attack. 7 damage times 4 is 28 per shot. There it goes. Overseer gone. Pushing in, sieging up is Goomba. Another attempted Overseer flies in. Missile turret takes that one down, or something did. Maybe one of these, like 4 missile turrets took it down. That's a lot of missile turrets for a player that really doesn't have any mutas. I guess there are Corruptors, which maybe you turn those into Broodlords at some point, but I don't know. Another Nidus Worm. Where is that thing? There it is. Oh, accidentally found it. Once again, Liberators show up. Goomba's doing a great job with this thing. The Banshees do snipe down the Hive. What a pickup. What a pickup there by Goomba. SCVs surrounding this. Every roach that not doing well. Not doing well. These roaches did survive, though. There are 3 of them. They're getting rid of some of these mules. They're causing missile turrets to explode as well. Liberators say no. How about no? And the roaches get burned to death. Triple expand right now. 1, 2, 3 as Neuro saying, you know what? You want to kill my bases? That's fine. I will make too many of them for you to deal with. Overlord scouting this thing out. The Goomba's right outside Neuro's front door. This is a problem for Neuro. I'm not sure how he's going to get out of this thing. Banshees getting rid of a constructing hatchery. I don't see any way that Neuro can save this. There's the cancel. Drone's going to die too. And the Corruptors trying to get rid of these Liberators, but that's a lot of steady targeting going on. The Corruptors are slowly being taken out. The Liberators here too. As you can tell from the old interface, this is before the Liberator attack damage was nerfed, so it's straight up 7 times 2 against anything in the air. That was changed against non-light targets in the recent patch. And when you see my regular user interface, or replay interface, you'll know what's happening with that patch information. So here comes Goomba, just pushing right on in. He is fully maxed out here, trying to come to the backside. There's a nuke, though. Oh, man. Goomba has a nuke. He's getting hyperflight rotors. He's getting advanced ballistics. Nuke does land, basically kills a couple creep tumors. Vipers getting rid of some of these units using parasitic bomb, which is great. Goomba's not necessarily splitting, but it doesn't matter at this point either way. Is Neuro going for the base race? Neuro might just be going for the base race right now. This replacement Hive is dead. Ouch. That is such a brutal pickup there. A Thor and a single Ghost here trying to kill stuff. Still alive with 10 hit points, mind you. This Thor is up to 11 kills. It's going to kill so many more things. Trying to do this thing, but there are Banshees. There are Banshees in the air, and there's nothing that can deal with it from this army. No Hydras whatsoever. Forcing a liftoff on both of these command centers. Liberators might want to turn around. I mean, they're defending this ramp and fairly well against that one Roach, but everybody is back here. Corrosive Bile needs to be used to get rid of those Liberators before Goomba figures out what's going on. Thor getting some shots off, up to 12 total kills now. Wants to go ahead and destroy that hatch all by his lonesome. 33 damage times 2, 66 damage. Broodling's gonna do quite a bit of damage, though, to this Thor, bringing it down to about 50% health. More Corruptors flying around here. Can't do much about that Thor, unfortunately for them. A Hellbat dropped down on here. They're not Blue Flame, which I'm surprised by, I would expect. And going Battlecruiser. Oh, that just absolutely wrecked my train of thought. Battlecruiser on the way for Goomba. Hellbats taking some shots to the back as well here. They're all going to die, but it's a lot of dead drones. 36 workers killed by Neuro, 21 killed by Goomba. The difference is that I was going to say, the Zerg infestation was cleaned up, but the Terran was too. So basically, nobody is still under siege. Attempted nukes here by our Ghost. Actually, is this a female Ghost? That lower half of the mouth looks fairly feminine. Ah, canceling the Ghost at the last second. Brutal. I never really considered that Ghosts could be female as well. Where are you, Ghosts? Here you are. Are you all female? Am I just, like, I know I guess Nova's a Ghost. Man, I'm stupid. It's just when they scream, they sound like dudes when they die. Maybe they're just pretty dudes. Who knows? Banshees finally getting cleaned up by this giant Corruptor ball. I think Neuro is trying to go for Broodlord, but it's being very difficult because his Hive keeps getting killed. Behemoth Reactor. Ship weapons level 2. Ship and vehicle plating level 3 here. 4 battlecruisers on the way. What is happening? Is Goomba going to win this thing with BCs? Could this be the first, like, I mean, I guess we have seen a mid-rank madness, but the first GM level battlecruiser win in ever on my channel. Entirely possible. We could witness this today. 19 minutes into the game. No signs of slowing down. Oh, infestation pit. The Spire, though, is the big-time target. And yeah, they're going to get it. Not even really going into siege tank mode at all. Infestation Pit, gone. Roach Swarm, Nidus Swarm. These are a lot of important tech buildings that Neuro is losing. Where the heck is his army? Is it all this? That might be his entire army. He has some Infestors, some Vipers, and like a million Corruptors. Spawning Pool, gonna die. That's super bad. And Roach Warren. Okay, so Neuro's kind of getting sent back to the Stone Ages right now as far as tech goes. Yes, he's replacing his Infestation Pit. Yes, he's replacing his Spire and his Spawning Pool, but it's going to take a while to get there. Tanks are still alive. They're going to spend some time getting rid of those Broodlings. Woo, almost dead, though. This Extractor, that Extractor. So at this point, Neuro's main base is gone. Neuro's Natural is gone. Neuro's third is gone. But he does have a Hive up here. Oh, look at that. He has a replacement Hive already. Alright, so these tanks will be dealt with very shortly by these +2/+2 roaches. And they are Liberator count. So darn scary, though. Good against Corruptors still in this patch. Zerg players, be glad. Liberators not as good against Corruptors now as they used to be. Look back and fear. What the giant Infestor Ball. Neuro, what are you doing? He's trying to destroy Goomba's production with infested Terrans. So, I mean, fairly good ghosts getting rid of some of these Spore Crawlers here, then burrowing away. Infested Terrans scary against Banshees. The starports are gone. This planetary fortress might be gone too, depending on how long these guys can stay alive. Can the Infested Terrans get it? Gonna be very darn close. And with 27 kills, no, the clutch repair. The clutch repair from Goomba. I think the Infested Terrans would have won that thing, but no, Goomba wins the day with his great timing there. These ghosts all get cleaned up by roaches. Yeah, I need to find some ghosts that die, because they're like, nah. I'm pretty sure women generally don't make that sound, but look at that. That looks like freaking Angelina Jolie's lower half of her face or something. Or something. Base here for Neuro. This game is nuts. Neuro's basically relocated his entire base over to the top left, which you can't spawn here, but it kind of looks like he did. It's very small natural. I can see why that's not a starting base at all. All right, BC is ready to go. +3/+2. Yamato cannons might be super effective here too. Corruptors, big problem though. Corruptors doing extra damage against the BCs. Yamato cannon on top of everything. The Liberators need to be involved. Liberators need to get here now. Infested Terrans and Fungals. Battlecruisers not very maneuverable. This is part of the problem with them. Yes, Liberators finally coming to help here with the splash damage against the Corruptors, and actually does chase them away. Widowmine shots, getting shots off here too. Goomba is going for it, man. He's pushing as hard as he can. That Spore Crawler, not long for the world. It doesn't end up getting killed. That lair is also likely going to die. Army supply is 74/125. Upgrades continuing. +3 ship weapons. +2 vehicle weapons going straight up mech. With BC is Goomba. He is my current hero in StarCraft 2. That's a lot of dead drones right here. Oh, the dead drone numbers are just mounting. 56, 57, 58, 59, but 52 SCVs have been killed too. Do not count out Neuro and his ability to get rid of workers. So that base is gone. This base too might as well just get completely locked down, as you know it's there. Right, Zerglings popping out, trying to rally somewhere, not going to happen. Probably should take up this base, is thinking about it anyway. Maybe gonna fly up a command center at some point. So this hatch is gone as well. It's 186/112 total supply. Ghosts, Marines with no upgrades at all are here because Goomba went mech. All right, so Goomba has this base. Mined out this gold base here too. Working this one with a few workers. These guys need to get out somewhere and actually function instead of sitting on their patooties. +3 Flyer Carapace coming up. That is a good choice by Neuro. Keeping those Corruptors alive is vastly, vastly important. This might just be too many Infestors, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think Neuro made too many Infestors. I don't know though. I'm not a professional. I'm gonna call it like I see it. Spore Crawler lines set up against those battle cruisers. They also perform as detectors for the Widow Mines. So backing out are the Widow Mines. Where the heck's your army? Where's your Sky Terran army here? Good. Are you being repaired? I'm trying to see. No, that guy's super low on health. 10 hit points and nobody's repairing him. Really should be doing that, Goomba. You have a lot of money in the bank. Might as well throw some SCVs down here and repair if you're just going to sit on your butt. Another giant infested Terran infestation is here. But once again, the repaired planetary fortress should be able to get, you know, around 60 kills wiping these things out. 2 shots infested Terrans, though. I'm surprised by that. 50 hit points. This cannon does 40 damage. All right, that makes sense. I suppose it makes sense. They're going to expire before they can get this PF. But they give it their all before they commit suicide and end up dead. All right, setting up shop once again here. Scans. Creep tumors are dying. Battle cruisers going to town against those spore crawlers. Just slowly moving in with the Widow Mines, too. This is interesting. Very interesting from Goomba. Clearing out more creep tumors, pushing that creep back to its lowest point in a long time. Neuro's been doing a fantastic job with that. Units lost, 35,000 lost. Resources for Neuro, 20,000 for Goomba. Definitely in the lead that way, but definitely pretty darn close here. Steady targeting? Is that steady targeting on Zerglings? Don't do that. Goomba, don't do that. Bad choice. Bad choice. All right, so income tab is 35 to 42. Both players have killed a lot of workers and stayed fairly close. It's only a 7-worker discrepancy. Look out, Widow Mines, run! Run, Widow Mines. There's the giant burrow, and there's the fungal. Widow Mine shots everywhere, though. Corruptors flying right on in. The Liberators, once again, not engaging. Steady targeting being used. Take those Corruptors out. I think it takes 2 steady targetings to kill a Corruptor, unless it's already injured. I like this Queen play, too. Thor overextending. Thor, get back here, Thor. Thor, you're gonna... what can kill you here? Queens? Queens might kill you. I don't know. Widow Mines are here trying to burrow, but there are Spore Crawlers right there. You are totally visible. You 2 ghosts, kill the Spore Crawlers first. Oh! Mind controlling, neural parasiting the Thor. Interesting play. 36 kills. Oh, the Yamato cannon in his own Thor. Neural parasite being used on the battle cruisers, killing ghosts. Yamato canning his own stuff here. This is crazy. Another neural parasite on this Thor. Are they? Look at the range on this thing. Neuro might turn this thing around just with the neural parasite, actually. So war off though. I think not many of them have much energy left to do that. It is what, 100? Yeah, 100 energy, but it did keep Goomba back for a while. Greater Spire on the way for Neuro. It's 195 to 113 total supply, though. 148 to 78 army supply, and 47 to 35 in favor of Goomba on the worker count. Still making battle cruisers and ghosts. Don't worry. Goomba's going to win this thing straight up with BCs. +3, rocking around here. Weapon speed 0.16. All right, the ghosts chucking nukes down, using steady targeting on queens, which is fun. Bam, the range on thing is so far. Trying to kill stuff, weakening some spore crawlers, but there's still a bunch here. Did Goomba not kill this? Goomba killed this. Did Neuro sneak it back? Was that ever... I'm pretty sure that was ever dead, and Neuro snuck it back. How the what? All right, he scans it. He knows it's there now. Just send like 2 BCs, I guess, SCV attack. SCV attack! Launching an attack on these drones, defending themselves, or the drones. They have +2 armor. The SCVs do not. The drones might actually win this thing. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Let's take a look here. Place your bets now. Yeah, the drones do chase them off. Get the heck on out of there. PF clearing the drones out, though. Be careful, drones. No. Why would... Well, that was messy. Tanks try to come in and clear out these spore crawlers. That's a good first step for Goomba, but just lost everything there. Neuro lost everything there. Using Consume on a spore crawler, that's not going to help. And Consume on a Viper, and then it dies. What a waste of energy. What a waste of health. What an absolute waste. All right, anything that can deal with tanks here. Another Viper gets killed. There's the Neural Parasite on a tank, throwing it into siege mode. Oh, no. But then the Infestor dies, and that cancels the spell. That cancels that steady targeting on an Overlord, enough to take it down to 2 hit points, which is fun. Steady targeting doesn't benefit from upgrades. Nah, it's a spell. It is a spell. All right, so slowly, methodically, mechanically pushing Neuro back. Has this base. Still allowing this hatchery to live. It is getting... Well, it's producing lings anyway. It can't do anything here because of the planetary fortress. All right, BC Cloud. BC Cloud is up to 12. Up to 12. This base, there's nothing going for it now. This might be the final all she wrote for Neuro. Here come Broodlords. Here come Corruptors. Is there enough to do this thing? Broodlords from the sky. Landing. Pulling back. EMPs on all the queens. Great choice there. Goomba doesn't quite want to engage her. He's bringing the rest of them. Another EMP on everything. Transfuse is not available on the Queens. Bit of a problem. Goomba pressing his advantage, recognizing these Broodlords are not necessarily the threat here. EMPs on everything on the ground there. Some Neuro Parasite being used up top as well. And it looks like Goomba might be able to win this thing. I just don't know. Broodlords are doing great work against the stuff on the ground. Tanks are getting absolutely cleaned up, but that's all that's really left here. Are some Broodlords. That means that the BCs have full reign on them, and that's it. An excellent fight. Good game. Well played by Neuro. Neuro is defeated, and Goomba is victorious. Woo! That was a good one. That was an amazing TVZ. Tell your friends about this one. I mean, I know it's not Hydra, it's not Showtime, it's not Polt or any of these guys that you really love, but man alive, that was a great game. Battle Cruisers win. BCs win. I never thought I would see the day BCs would win at a high level, but they did. Goomba rushing for ghosts, doing Hellbat drops everywhere, pushing with tanks, defending with tanks. Neuro never quite found the composition to deal with this thing. And this is part of the reason I think Liberators were nerfed, because Corruptors should have been able to wipe this out. But Liberators doing, look at that, fully upgraded, 10 times 2. 20 damage, splash damage against everything in the air, including Broodlords, including Corruptors, including Carriers, was too much, so they did get nerfed to do less damage versus non-light units in the air. But regardless, well played by Goomba. Just fantastic all the way around. Very impressed. Very impressed with his showing today. And that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.